one thing they often say is, hey, we're so supportive of what's happening here, but please don't say anything. This has been one of the biggest stories in Canada, and here it is taking place in a small rural area known as Edgewood, British Columbia. A lot of the locals hate that police have been here, but across the country, people can see that this is a stand to watch. But some of the locals, of course, have just been uncomfortable with it happening. I don't know much about the accusation the lady was making about something being dumped, but according to her, she was trying to say that, if they come for your farm next, it's not because the ostriches were sick and there was some biohazardous message being passed on. Again, we're told the avian flu is coming to these flocks from the wild, from ducks, which I've seen over here. I've seen turkeys even walking around wild out here. Got over here. And as another way to let their voices be heard. That other lady was interesting too, saying that this is the first sort of freedom, if you will, type event that she's come out to support. A growing sign that as tyranny continues to show itself in our country in different ways, more and more people are realizing that Canada is rapidly changing from the country we once knew, loved, and were free in.
Let the firecrackers go off, the birds run away. See you.
We taught them to run. We taught them to run from predators, and now they're predators on Canadian Food Inspection Agency. They need to run. Run for their fucking lives. Their lives. Their lives. Run for your life. What does that mean to you and your family? Run for your life. We're running for our lives here. We're running for our lives. We're running for our lives. We're running for our lives.
Give me that fucking, you motherfuckers! How do you live with yourself? Bow down! If you have fucking blood running through your veins, you will step down! These birds are healthier than you! You fucks! I can't believe you rest your head at night and go to sleep! One day, your children and your grandchildren are gonna get sick, and we're gonna fucking call them! We're gonna call you! Rise up and be Canadians, you white fucking suited fucks! We need to plow those fuckers down! This can't be happening! This is happening! This is not happening! We need to stop! 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 Leave them alone! I hate them! Leave the birds alone! Leave the ostriches alone!
So tell me a little bit about what you've got in your hand there.
Leave
Leave
them alone!
Back in January, I've been here from day one. The first week, I decided to tell my kids because I thought.
Don't worry, honey, we heard you.
Sorry.
We were shocked.
Old man Wrigley lived in that White House.
It was basically
Down the street, you can hear high goes up.
My son asked about
That's so good. She's saying that they came here in the very early days of the fight. Her kids, and they actually wrote a book together. Your kids have been trying to check in. How are they doing?
So we decided to write another book. And this is to help everybody deal with what's happening. They learn how to be birds, and they realize that they are here to save the cells because they brought everybody together. So this book is, we're selling it. Every penny goes to the farm, and I hope that it's going to help people. Here, I'll just share a little bit about the end. I don't know if you can see it. That's the last page. So I felt it was very healing to write this book, and it really helped my kids. Now, of course, I haven't told them I came back today, so I will have to still comfort them after this horrible news. But I hope that this helps people. When they read this, the world needs to heal after this, and we need to keep fighting. And this has really brought us all together. It's very hard right now, of course. So.
And where did you travel from to come here?
In Derby, I have a farm.
We're going to congregate and take the trucks in.
What do you think this means to you as a farmer yourself?
I unfortunately think it's going to mean that everybody who wants their friends will be mandated to get a bird flu shot. It looks like that's the way it's going. This in particular, this fight, I think was the story, the competition made the antibodies. The vaccines are purchased, the Prime Minister has there they are. Visited them, and you can see it coming when we just a few years ago when every store had a brochure saying register.
That's probably the other one they heard in.
And nothing that will come from them, but so we can say, well, they would get something beforehand. And actually, when they first told me they would have the ostriches, they said, oh my god, do they have birds? That's so dangerous. And I thought, how is this happening again? How do I stop this? And that's why we wrote the first book about their antibodies, and that, they got sick and they got better, and we don't need to do anything. So that's kind of our contribution.
And the books are where?
They will be on Amazon shortly. You can also get them from the Save Our Ostriches website, but it basically just leads you back to buying emails. So right now, we kind of took turns selling them. Right now, I'm doing the shipping, but hopefully I will sort out the Amazon tomorrow, and then internationally, every penny goes.
So for now at the SaveOurOstriches.com site. Again, in the edited version of this, you'll be able to hear these supporters more clearly. Some would say what that lady had to say is a conspiracy. She's saying this is about, killing the competition, to put a hurdle in the agenda for all farmers in particular, and of course maybe even beyond, to be mandated to take a avian flu vaccine. But it really isn't that much. It's not that tinfoil hattish to think about it. We know that hundreds of millions of dollars have been invested into that agenda, the avian flu vaccine agenda. We know that if you look at the United States, RFK Jr., Secretary of Health, was saying, you know what, this isn't working. The mass calling isn't working. These leaky vaccines are not working. And he, even before the ostrich farm was on his radar, had already done an interview saying they wanted to phase out of vaccines for the avian flu and look into therapeutics. And then, what do you know? They find this farm where it seems like the perfect opportunity. Are you kidding me? Hundreds of ostriches already lined up and doing that type of research. And what does Canada do? No way, no how. In the middle of a trade war, we're supposed to believe that the Liberals, Carney, are all going to bat for with their elbows up. No, they are literally killing the opportunity that has been here behind us for months. Tell that to your Liberal voters. that Carney, who can't even get a deal, is letting this opportunity, maybe willing for it, to slip between his hands. The FDA also got on board with this. They said that they would pay and help with the research. Head of Medicare, Dr. Oz, said, you know what, bring the birds over here. You're so scared of them. We're not scared at all. Bring them over here. And Canada would have benefited from that deal. But no. It does seem like it's Big Pharma who will be benefiting in the end. Certainly not the farmers here are benefiting. Certainly not the ostriches. And certainly not the science.
That are healthy, you have no test, you have no proof, you have no fucking nothing. Pardon my language, but I am upset, and I will give myself a disclaimer, but I am allowed. You are ignorant, you are eradicate, you are fucking pieces of shit. That is not Canada. You want to watch Canada? You want to watch Canada? This is Canada. That is fucking Canada. This make some noise!
Listen up. It's not just us. It's their children. Their kids.
A clearly emotional Katie Pisitny. Thank God this isn't the mainstream media just clipping that, keeping it out of context, with how graceful her and her family have been this entire time. Every time they did a meeting, every time they did an interview, it was calm, it was clear, it was cool. And then now, it's gotten them where? It's gotten them not even able to say goodbye. That's how sick the CFIA and this state has been in this case. When they pled after, okay, fine, you guys won. We put all of our efforts into this legal fight. We'll figure out something after the case, but please let us come and say goodbye. That's what their lawyer was working on earlier, and the CFIA made the decision to say no. It reminds me a bit of the trucker convoy, wherein they went out there in the freezing cold just to say, hey, we want to talk to you. We've been vilified as anti-mask and, anti-science and wanting to kill everybody's grandma. We just want to talk to you. You know what? Okay, the horns are a little annoying. We'll stop honking, at late hours. But can we please talk to you? And what did the Liberal government do? Instead of just coming out, they seized their bank accounts and literally stomped out supporters. They broke down that peaceful protest, and then the narrative that was given was that those were basically terrorists. And we've seen what's happened to Tamara Leach, Chris Barber for doing that. We've seen two of the ostrich farmers, Katie and her mom, be arrested on their property. It's dehumanizing what has happened here just to fight for what's right. Jody, I know you've been helping so much. You've been here on and off, but mostly here 4 months. What does it feel like
9 months
right now?
in here? I'm just numb. I cannot believe that they're gonna go ahead with this. And then there's people that actually agree to do it or sign up for it.
Don't make your oatmeal in the morning. Maybe fucking going like
Yeah, it's one thing to know the government's doing it. It's another thing to know that people are like, they're seeing this as a job.
Yeah, that's a job. And they go home to their families. What are you going to kids.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it.
So what is the fight for you next? If this happens, which it seems like it is, what does this mean for you as a longtime supporter?
No, I've got to, first I'm going to take some time to brag. I don't even know, Drea. It's been torture. It's just been up and down and up and down and highs and lows, and I really don't have a lot of words today. I'm so numb and in disbelief that they're actually, nobody listened. The Supreme Court did not even give them a fighting chance. CFIA, WHO, they just decided long time ago. They knew. Any person with half a brain knows that they knew that they would have never spent this much money, time, all the kill pens, all the fencing.
Have the day you deserve.
They knew.
I love that we both just
They
said that at
knew.
the same time.
Thank you. That
I
was
love you so much. Give me a hug.
Again, the amount of money poured into the tax dollars. Thank you so much, Jody. It's just remarkable. The figure that I hope we do get to find out, as long as it's not redacted for safety reasons, I don't know, of the millions of tax dollars for the RCMP and the CFIA to be here is going to be astonishing. And not that, Katie Pasitny said something earlier when I interviewed her today. She said, there's criminals, locked up and everything. And it reminded me, the Supreme Court just lowered the minimum sentence for pedophiles with child porn. And you have farmers being arrested because they're saying, why are you killing our healthy flock and our livelihood along with it? That's Canada. That's how backwards it is. And the Supreme Court, they didn't have a whole lot to go with the unanimous no in the Federal Court of Appeal. But when I covered the federal court cases, I will tell you that it, to me, did not sit right that the expert witnesses this farm had, they wouldn't even hear them. They wouldn't hear expert witnesses like UBC's Stephen Pellick, a scientist who actually deals with antibody research. No, they wouldn't hear that. They wouldn't hear from Ontario's Dr. Byron Bridle, a vaxologist who also wanted to speak to the farmers' evidence that they had. They wouldn't. They didn't care. And they didn't care about retesting, which of course was one of the number one asks over and over, because that's not the point. The point is not that they're healthy. The point is that an anonymous tip came in and 2 overcycled PCR tests on 2 dead ostriches that it tested positive. And yes, it was overcycled. That came out in the courts too. Anything, and I'm not a scientist, so I'll do my best to explain it, but any threshold over 35 can basically pick up whatever the heck is out there. Even the creator of the PCR test himself, Kerry Mullis, said that if you really want to pick up anything, you can. So that's the standard. That's the litmus test to be able to go ahead and kill these ostriches, kill the livelihoods, kill the science that is represented here. Is 2 overcycled PCR tests and no retesting. None of the birds that they're chasing and trying to herd over into this pen to do God knows what. We have our guesses based on what's been done in the past. None of them have ever been tested. That has to be said loud and clear. They won't even test the animals they want to kill whenever they decide. And it doesn't even have to be an anonymous tip, by the way. They can just come in. They can just suspect, they can just maybe see some ducks in the area. Somebody reported ducks. Oh, you know what? We're just going to go to this farm. We're just going to go to this cattle farm. When does it end? Oh, that's okay because, they're making fake meat for us, so we'll all be good anyways, right?
Let's hope that don't scare the bird. Let's hope that don't scare the bird.
All right, I might head over towards the camp and speak with some more supporters over there and see what it is they're trying to do. I know that some are trying to figure out who's doing the culling, because in the past the supporters have been successful at reaching out to companies and saying, do you really want to be a part of this, and some of them backing out, but I think it's probably too late for that. Either way, we will be here for the days to come, it would seem, to let you know exactly what goes down. You can find all of our reports at savetheostriches.com, and that's also where you can chip in to help us cover some of the expenses for us to be your eyes and ears if you're unable to come here yourself to 301 Langdale Road, Edgewood, BC. Again, that's savetheostriches.com. I'm Drea Humphrey with Rebel.
Watching the traffic slow down. That's your